You're listening to Interactive Wrestling Radio, featuring the Interactive Interview, courtesy of WrestlingEpicenter.com. Welcome back to Interactive Wrestling Radio. Joining us on the line right now is another gentleman who will be appearing at the Live on Broadway PCW AZ Wrestling event happening on July 13th. He is the PCW champion. He is CLAS. Are you with me, sir?
I'm here, and just real quick, it's the PCW AZ heavyweight champion.
Yeah, you got the Phoenix Championship Wrestling Arizona. It's kind of like the heavyweight champion, the world heavyweight champion of the world. But I guess it works, right?
It's basically the same thing.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on and doing this with me. And I've been looking you up online, and I've been watching a lot of your matches leading into this interview. And I guess the first thing is I'm trying to decipher by watching, what are your major influences? What made you decide that pro wrestling is the avenue you wanted to take your life in?
So it goes back quite a ways. Being a fan when I was a kid, and then but not having any concept of how one becomes that. I had no clue. And so I was a big-time athlete. I played 4 sports in high school. I played college baseball. And then when I was done with baseball, I had the opportunity to start wrestling while I was in grad school. And I started doing that. It took me, where I wanted to go. And it's been a great part of my life since then. I had pretty low expectations as far as what I wanted to do right away because I was in grad school at the time. But I took to it really quickly, as I think you can tell through watching any of my matches. I'm pretty good at it. And,
yeah, you can say that again.
Yeah, and so it's been a pretty good ride so far, and it's the ladder. I keep climbing up the ladder, and it's been now a major part of my life. So some of my influences. Certainly my favorite growing up was The Rock, but beyond that, Flair, Mr. Perfect, Rick Rude, some of those guys, the Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, the Fantastics, some of those guys are the ones I always go back to and watch. Very
cool. That's great influence. Some of the ones that are my favorites too, and I'm an old guy compared to you, so that's awesome to hear. All right. So my next question is the name. You went with the name CLAS. It's makes it a little difficult to find you on Google searches. I won't lie to you because unfortunately they auto-correct to CLAS with 2 S's and find you seminars and so forth. But what made you decide that the name CLAS was the way to go about this?
Well, so it's Christopher Landon Anthony Streeter. That spells out CLAS.
There you go.
And there it is. And so my father, obviously, Christopher Landon Anthony Streeter Sr., I didn't want to take his name. I took the S off, and you have CLAS with 1 S. And so it's a little hard to search for, but just like any great challenge, there's a great reward at the end of it. So if you can find me, it's worth it.
It's worth the risk. There you go. I agree. And
high risk, high reward.
Very good. A lot of the matches I watched of yours was from Future Stars of Wrestling. Those guys have been going for a long time, but man, they have a high quality product. A lot of great matches take place almost every month with the Future Stars of Wrestling. I know we're here to talk about Phoenix Championship Wrestling, Arizona, but what is your thoughts on your time and your work with Future Stars as well?
Yeah, I've had a pretty good run over there. I first started working for them September of 2020, and I won their Nevada State Championship within the first year. And then my tag partner and I, Devin Reno, just won the tag team championships last Sunday, or 2 Sundays ago, at their 15-year anniversary show. So it's always great going out there. It's a good spot for our guys here in Arizona to go work, and it's a place, like you said, with great production value. Talent's always going through there, and if you look at the names that have made their way through there or even trained there and then gone on to bigger and better things, the credibility is kind of right in front of your face. And so really great place to work, and I'm thankful that it's only a couple hours away. And I've had a couple championships there. Like I said, it's no surprise that everything I touch kind of turns to gold,
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned Arizona, and that's where I am. That's where I've been for over 20 years, and I was blessed, though. I grew up in northern New Jersey. Madison Square Garden was just across the river. There was wrestling all around, independence all the time. When I came to Arizona in 2000, there was next to nothing. Nothing.
The desert in more ways than one.
Exactly. There was nothing. I know IZW's been around a little while now. They've been making the rounds, and they've been doing their thing for quite a while now. In fact, I think well over 20 years. But wrestling is starting to take hold in Arizona, I'm finding, and you guys, PCW, seem to be on the forefront of that. How important is it for our expanding area where, you see the population growth all the time, to have a vibrant independent wrestling circuit in this area?
Well, I think it's a big deal because, one thing that I really appreciate about this company in particular, PCW AZ, is they're not just there to run wrestling shows. They're there to improve the community, give people a great outlet for entertainment that's at a very affordable price and a lot of fun, a couple times, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a year. And it's just really helpful to bring people together, to have something that people can go do with their family, with their friends, have a good time for a couple hours and not pay a lot of money in this current world we live in where everything's getting more expensive. I think, you try to take the family to a Diamondbacks game and you're in for a few $100, where you take the family to a wrestling event and you get great quality entertainment and great quality wrestling, great quality athletes for under $100. It's great to have that. And I think it just brings people closer together and gives them something to talk about and look forward to, So I really think it is important, and it's really, really fun to have that.
Very cool. And I'm excited. I'm the kid in me gets excited. Because you guys are going to have a meet and greet before the show on July 13th with some of the legends and some of the top stars of today. You got Jerry Lynn, you got Missy Hyatt, you got Val Venus, and you have TNA's Alexander Hammerstone also appearing. So those are obviously big names to put on the marquee, but you come for the big names, but you stay for the guys that are the stars of the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a quick note on some of those big names. I've beaten Hammerstone. I've beaten Val Venus, and I don't think Jerry Lynn's got the stones to hop in the ring, but it'll be exciting to see them. But like you said, more exciting sometimes to see the guys who are coming up right now, like the PCW AZ heavyweight champion CLAS.
That's right. And speaking of guys you beat, one of my last interviews a few days ago was John Wolfgang, and he put it there.
Sorry, I got sick for a second.
All right, well, Mr. Wolfgang made the remark that he felt he maybe came up a little short and wants another chance to get at you again. Doesn't feel like he had his best opportunity the last go around, and that's what he's hoping to achieve at the PCW Arizona Live on Broadway event by winning that Battle Royal and hopefully getting a rematch with you. How do you feel about him gunning for you for a rematch for that title?
Wolfgang's cute. He's more of a dreamer than a doer, right? He comes up with these big plans and he works so hard and he has this big dream to take the title away from CLAS, and yet he always falls short. So I don't care if he says he's cheated, I've taken advantage of the rules, whatever. The objective truth is I still have the title, and he's never beaten me. And so he can keep crawling, he can keep fighting, he can have another shot if he really, really earns it and tries so hard. But the fact of the matter is I'm undefeated in PCW AZ. I'm undefeated against Wolfgang, and there's nothing he can do that's going to take that away from me. So wrestling him would be a night off for me. It'd be a nice, quick, easy day, and I welcome that challenge.
Awesome. Well, you're already the guy packing the gold in more than one company, but what is your future goals? What is the sky? What is the limit for CLAS?
The goal is to get a contract within the next 18 months at any of the major companies, and eventually get to WWE. That would be the ultimate goal, and be a prominent athlete in that company. So that is the long-term goal. The short-term goal within 18 months is to get a contract within maybe WWE, if not TNA, if not AEW, one of those other companies.
MLW is not a bad place either. There's a lot of good talent there as well.
Absolutely. So yeah, just getting signing a contract to lock in for year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever's available. Really pushing for that right now.
Absolutely. Well, final thoughts as we head into July 13th PCW presents Live on Broadway. I can't wait to see it. Final thoughts as we head into that major event.
For anyone who's gotten a ticket so far, you are lucky, you are privileged. You're going to see CLAS in all his glory. You're going to see Devin Reno in all his glory. We make up power and privilege, and you're going to see a great battle royal. You're going to have a great time. If you are smart at all, you're going to have myself and or Devin Reno sign your ticket stubs so you can say that you met the most famous people in wrestling and saw them live. So enjoy the show. Enjoy Power and Privilege winning. Enjoy CLAS looking great. Enjoy CLAS being the most tan person in the entire arena. And just have fun. And try not to root for Wolfgang because he's only going to let you down.
I love it. July 13th, PCW Arizona presents Live on Broadway. I will be there as a fan. I'm taking my wife and kids, both of which are taller than me. They're both they're big guys. But yeah, we're all going to be there, and we're going to be cheering you guys on. So I can't wait to see the show. And hey, thanks again for taking the time and doing this with me. I appreciate you.
Hey, appreciate your time, man. Really, really, really value it. So thank you for doing this.
This is Interactive Wrestling Radio.
Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Oh, for Rush.
Featuring the interactive interview.
Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Oh, yeah.
Formerly The Blaze.
The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze.
The Blaze.
The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze rock.
You maniacs, so what you gonna do when a Blaze of Mania runs wild on you?
On WrestlingEpicenter.com.
Wrestling Epicenter.
Wrestling
Epicenter. Wrestling
Epicenter.
Wrestling Epicenter.
Wrestling Epicenter. The Wrestling Epicenter. Don't get off.
And now we shamelessly name drop from our history.
The Wrestling Epicenter would like to apologize for the following.
All right, everybody. Viva la raza. Viva la raza.
Hey, y'all.
Hello, ladies.
Hey, guys. We had a lovely conversation. First lady. Absolutely. Oh, look at me. She's so kooky.
Be there. Where else?
Interactive Wrestling Radio. Wrestling
Epicenter.
Oh, my God. You win. Love being interactive.
Whoa. I just got some listen. I was going to shoot him. Yeah, that almost pissed my pants. Breaking neck. I got 2 words for you. I've heard a lot about you guys. But here, let's go. Excuse my language. You're going to go to the shop. Don't be a no. Into the many.
No nerves.
That was great. It's going to be cool. Woo. What it's all about. The purest point of the living legend. Rock and roll. Arrogant.
You just make me.
Instead of saying when I'm talking to you,
So lonely without you.
yeah.
In the land of extreme.
Testify. Nevermore. Interactive interview. I'm not just the best. Interactive interview with a plastic
You
head.
earned the right.
Nobody. You better keep listening. Thank you very much. Controversy creates cash. Professional
Made
wrestling.
in the USA, baby.
Memphis wrestling. The guy on fire. I'm not going to talk to you, dummies.
We were sexy.
What a show.
One and only.
Interactive Wrestling Radio.
Wrestling
Epicenter. Interactive interview. We took care of the business. This isn't ballet. We are huge. You're where it's at. You better recognize who's the best. Make sure you tune in each and every week. I'll come out of your computer, knock down your door, and turn it on for you. Or else I'm going to kick your stinking teeth in. And that's the bottom line. Have a nice day.
It's showtime!
Don't forget to like and subscribe.